where I normally am, but it's not too bad. I've just noticed the conditions for our first match against Southampton here. 1 degree and hail. Okay. We've been in good form recently. Still in second in the league. But this is going to be a January transfer special episode. So, if you are a football fan, if you play Football Manager, let's get in the chat. Let's get recommending some signings. Because I'm still looking to make little changes to this team to help us on our push towards the Premier League. We have had a slight goalkeeper issue in the past few days getting up to this game. I have done the past week. Declan Rudd is fortunately just back from illness at the same time that Kelleher also got ill. So we've gotten away with one there. But we are going to be bringing in the big guns again. Story is apparently happy now, so hopefully I can play Josh Knight for a little bit at least. Bird should be able to come back in. Actually, we'll leave that because then we're going to swap these two around. There we go. Bird goes ball winning. Sibley comes back in attacking midfield. Saba here. Saba, where are you? There you are. John. I'm wondering if it even probably comes out, but I don't think it does. Barry. Interesting situation right now. Because I like having Leo Connor on the bench for his versatility. He's got reasonable versatility, so I like having him in. Maybe Gilby comes off the bench, but then I don't really have an out-and-out centre mid. Hey! He hasn't played before, so I'm trying to teach him. Hey, that's awesome! That's great, getting more people involved in the game. That's always good to hear. It's a steep learning process though, so you'll have to go easy on him to start with. We are going to take it off the bench. I think this is what we're going to go with. I will show after this match. I have got one player in the past week, but it's a youth player from Crew, so I'll show him, but he's nothing special right now. I think he's only 17 or something. So I will get to him eventually. For some reason, Alpha Dionku is nervous. I mean, this is a pretty big game. Southampton are still a big club despite being mid-table this season. And the weather's supposed to be absolutely awful for this match. They've got Arabo and Smallbone. They've got some good players in here. We can win that. Dionku not looking nervous there. That was a good header. Saba cutting in, because that just seems to be his favourite thing to do. Don't shoot. Win a penalty, though. That'd be great. Win a penalty? No? Tried to con the ref a little bit there, I think. But we'll take them just hoofing it randomly. I'm not sure who their manager is anymore. It was Steve Bruce, but he was sacked. So I'm not sure who is their new boss. What a ball from Robertson. And what a save from the Southampton keeper. That's a heck of a pass from Finlay Robertson. That is what we are going to get from him. His vision and his passing are really high. So we are going to get some spectacular passes from him. Still looking for Sibley to really make a big step. Watch you play Rocket League. That's fine, mate. That is absolutely fine. It's good to have you here anyway. Good tackle Dionku again. I will say Rocket League is... Anyone who knows me, Rocket League is not my game. I am so bad at it. I just get so angry at the game. I can't deal with it. I just get so frustrated. Bird's got a lot of room there. Robertson's just going to refuse to use him for reasons. Sibley and O'Dowda. Kind of skipped a challenge. Brown. Oh, that was weird. O'Dowda. Oh, Callum. Bit of composure, Callum. Bit of composure. Good start, though. Couple of reasonable chances. Bit of luck on that one. We're looking good early on. They're kind of just launching themselves in front of everything right now. I'm expecting this to be a tough game, and that's not going to help. Depending how bad an injury that is, we might be looking for a left winger all of a sudden. Because I don't think we've particularly got anybody in the youth squads that can cover it. Although Saba can play left side, and we do already have 2 right wingers behind him. So maybe we'll be alright. But that's if this is like a long-term injury. Bird covering up well. Sibley's in the little gap. Osborne, Hugill. Oh, 1-2. Ben Osborne! The substitutions worked! It was an enforced one, but I'll take it. I've still had to bring on the right player. Ben Osborne with his first goal of the season. As Brentford take the lead against Millwall as well. Very good first half. Could we nick a second right on half-time? Can we nick a second? Bird to Brown, ball in. Nah, not a good ball in, but we've still got it. Sibley's got some space. So has Dionku. Ball. Oh, Hugill. Dionku is bouncing around. Osborne again. And Saba's got the rebound. The wingers are scoring. This is rare. Wingers don't normally score goals. All right, then. What a good first half that was. And a perfect end to it. Couple of late goals in that half. Hopefully O'Dowda's not too badly injured. But we are playing exceptionally well right now. I'm waiting for them to just score out of nowhere. But this is going very well so far. And goals from our wingers, which is rare. Brentford 2-0 up against Millwall. Because, of course, Millwall have only shown up this season against us for some reason. They've changed their approach and are playing with more freedom. Or, I mean, they have to. They have to start going for this now. Maybe take Robertson out for Gilby. We can always push Gilby on at some point if we need to. Or we can always put Itten on the bench next game or something. And here we go. Southampton corner. And they've hit the bar out of absolutely nothing. They get a chance and hit the crossbar. That's what you're always worried about. Fortunately, it hasn't gone in. We've only got one more change, actually. Need to remember that. Yeah, they are going for things now. They are sending people. Jankovic is on. We probably need to go a bit more cautious now. Good save from Declan Rudd coming up there. Can we nick another goal? We'll bring Louis Barry on. Brown into the area. Pull it back. Gilby in space. What's Alex Gilby doing there? Pull back for Sibley. And Louis Sibley finally has a second. QPR game got cancelled. Oh, is it... was that for tomorrow or was that tonight? QPR game got cancelled, isn't it? I'm shocked that we are 3-0 up against Southampton. I'm so confident right now. I'm going on the BBC site to actually look at that. Blackburn Preston tonight. Ooh, that could be a fun game. Oh, don't lose the clean sheet now. Not again. Good header. Oh, well done, Reese. Can we make it 4? I mean, this would be emphatic. Sibley. Barry for 4. Oh, what a finish. We have just beaten Southampton 4-0. What a performance. This is possibly our best performance of the season. Look at this. What a performance we've put on here. That is an absolutely brilliant performance. Tomorrow, Rotherham over frozen pitch. I feel like a lot of Rotherham games have been postponed recently. I think they were supposed to play Derby in midweek, and that got postponed as well. I think Rotherham are having some major pitch issues at the moment, which I'm not surprised. I mean, they're not the biggest of clubs. Like, no offence to Rotherham, although their stadium's a reasonably new one. So you'd think the pitch would at least be a little bit better, but I guess they can only really use what they've got, so it's unfortunate. These loan offers, these are loan offers. You can go back to an academy. Yeah, well, let Shaw go to an academy. Wait, how long are these loans? End of season. Well, their seasons run at weird times, don't they? Can recall on all of these. Yeah, I guess. This might be a bit odd. Just because their seasons run at a weird time. Mowbray on Tony Mowbray's the Southampton manager. O'Dowd's out for a month. Okay, that's not... No, it's 3 weeks. That's not major enough for me to feel like I need another winger. Sabah can sort of float across from either side. And then Codenan and Alexander can cover the other sides. Strike right balance. That was an incredible performance. What should I focus? It's looking better than first feared. We'll do our best to get by. Sibley will be leaving, will he? I don't think he will be leaving anytime soon. Especially when he just decided to put in a performance like that out of nowhere. If Sibley wants to keep putting in performances like that, we're going to have a lovely time. That was an absolutely brilliant performance. Barry's little finish at the end was beautiful. Beautiful little chip finish. But we've got 7 days now until the next game. Tony says Gracie Slides cause goes up and the same applies for a number of other opponents. Oh, Mowbray's sour grapes. I don't agree. I'll say he's entitled to his opinion, but he's wrong. Anyway, the midfielder we've signed is this lad. Welsh midfielder from Crewe called Adam Stokes. Mentally, he's good in some areas and less good in others. Physically is not bad. The stamina's there, the work rate's there, which I really like. And technically very sound. Just needs a little bit of work in the rest of his technicals. He's also probably going to be better off as an attacking midfielder than he would be as a centre mid. Although deep-lying playmaker would work for him. Which does mean that him and Kershaw are kind of battling the same position. And I think Kershaw would win that battle right now. So I'm looking to loan him out for sort of the next 6 months. In which case quite a few teams are interested, including my former club Cheltenham. Out of interest... Oh, the 22nd. Cheltenham. Come on, lads. Ryan Lowe's still in charge, so he's not been sacked. Ryan Lowe's a really good manager. I'm surprised they are struggling this much. 3 points off safety. Come on, Cheltenham. You can stay up. Hello. Who's this kid? Contracted to Wigan. 19 years old. He looks... incredible. Crewe do have a really good academy, which is actually why I looked there. He was scouted, I think, in about November or December. I scouted him, and I didn't buy him at first because I wasn't 100% sure. But then, the more I sort of looked at him, the more I thought, yeah, he can work. Look at this guy, by the way. 19 years old from the Wigan Academy, 51 games, 23 goals. Kevin Thomas looks absolutely sensational. Only just turned 19. This is the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, 10 million. Is that a release clause? Oh no, he's got tied. Yeah. I can see why they want 10 million for him. George Lloyd, though. Yes, George. Tied second top scorer in the league. Go on, George. That's brilliant. He's been really good. I'm very happy that he's kept playing so well. And I really hope he gets bought by somebody. If Cheltenham do go down, he needs to stay in League One. Cruise Academy may be really good, but it's not helping them right now, unfortunately. They are just 15 points. It feels really harsh. Gary Rowett's in charge. That's not a bad manager either. Look at that. Second place so far. Fighting off Brentford and West Ham. And then there's a gap. And Barnsley, Birmingham, kind of everybody else. So we have got a pretty nice gap going here. And we've just received 1.4 million, which is really nice. I'll happily accept that, which is going to cover the transfer of, where is he? Oliver Sorensen. So that's really good. We just got 1.4 million, which almost perfectly covers... It does. This is 1.4 million. So absolutely perfectly covers the amount of this transfer. For which I really like the look of Oliver Sorensen. He is still missing in just a few little areas. Like, 10s are not amazing. But when he's 21, high determination. Hey, Bryce, good to see you again. How's it going? But I have high hopes for Oliver Sorensen. And even if he doesn't meet them, I think he's going to be a high enough ability that we'd make a profit on him. So, yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Just got back on the save, and we just had an amazing 4-0 win over Southampton to start off the stream. So, an awesome start. Although, Reece Burke's going to be suspended for 2 matches, I believe. Yeah. That's a slight problem. Burke's been our best centre-back this season, but he's partial to a yellow card, which means there's going to be Story and Knight for the next 2 games. Itten is not happy. He only joined in the summer. I was planning to sell him next summer anyway. What's he saying? Doesn't think he's up to the standard. I'll look to get rid of you if there's a reasonable bid. What did we... well, yeah. If I can set that at 9 million, I'm going to set that at 9 million. Like, that's a lot. I'm slightly wary of this Sunderland game. Because it's one of those that you look at and you think, yeah, that should be a really easy win, roll them over. But an away trip to the Stadium of Light, I don't care what level Sunderland are, that is never an easy day. Manchester City, was it Manchester City? Was it Ki Jong-won? I think was his name? The Sunderland forward. Although I did see recently that goal would have actually been ruled out if VAR existed back in... When was it? 2011? Something like that? 2012? If VAR had been around then, that goal would have been disallowed. One of the best known Premier League goals wouldn't have counted. Which would have been so sad. That's the reason why VAR, just get rid of it. No one likes it. I know it does come up with a lot of good decisions, but it also comes up with a lot of really bad ones. Sunderland do indeed have literally every midfielder we've looked at. They had Ben Whiteman. Who else did they have? I'll have a look in a second. But yeah, pretty much any centre mid I was looking at buying, they had. Interestingly, Brentford are selling, but they are making insane amounts of money because they've sold Rico Henry, their left back, to Brighton that was about 15 million, and they've just sold somebody to Cagliari for 11.5. So get ready for Brentford to just start launching cash. And Brighton have just sold Lamptey for 22 million. Or they're about to. Jacob Davenport was there, yeah. Because, yes, I tried to buy him, didn't I? And he'd only joined in the summer, so I couldn't. And we've ended up with Sorensen instead. Although I'm very hopeful about Oliver Sorensen. I'm hoping he can really, really progress. He's not far off. We have a transfer offer. I'm hoping it's a loan. That's not good. That's really not good. Norwich have made a lower offer now, but with more in... I don't really want to risk asking him to make a quicker decision. He did... I think Norwich was one of his preferred clubs as well, so we might be in trouble there. We might be doing some more centre-mid searching. Adam Stokes, duration next transfer window. I don't know, season. Next transfer window would be fine, wouldn't it? I think. Not paying any of his wage, but that's all right. They want to play him attacking mid. They tried to loan Kershaw, but that's back when we were playing 4-4-2. So I told them to play him in a different way, and they did not like that. I really like this Hisham Boudaoui. If he's available for that, I'm very tempted to bring him in because I think he looks spectacular. And if Sorensen doesn't join, I'm going to make a bid on Boudaoui. I think it's Boudaoui I'm going to go with. So there's Ben Whiteman, who we looked at. We'll be playing against him in this game. Jason Malumbi, a little bit more expensive, but a decent player nonetheless. Matthias Kiolo. Actually, I need to check with Boudaoui. Would he get a... It doesn't say if he'd get a permit or not. Tom Bayliss does look pretty good. I did quite like the look of him. I did quite like the look of Tom Bayliss. His physicals are pretty solid. Mentals are good in the right areas. A little lack of concentration, and position is not great. Everything's kind of there or thereabouts. Probably not. He's not got the development that Sorensen might have. Sort of smoothing into the core group, which is good. High agent fee, inconsistent. But again, I don't need him to be consistent. Yeah, his positioning is a slight problem. He's not going to be a winger, but I suppose he gives us the ability to put him on the wing if we need to. Dribbling's really good. Strength and stamina of a decent athlete. Determined. I do like Tom Bayliss. He's going to be a potential player as well. George Byers is extremely cheap. Like, if we could maybe pre-contract him. Has injury issues and is inconsistent, but he relishes big games. That's a difficult one to find sometimes. Constant danger, fairly ambitious, balance and ability. Has English as a second nationality. The man's only Scottish. It's not like he's from abroad. You see, I would love to pre-contract this guy, but for some reason, we can't. Have Stoke offered him a new deal? Because I'd be surprised if they have, because he doesn't want to be here. But then do we just say 275k is so cheap that we'll just pay that to ensure that we get him? I think I might do that just to ensure that we get him. Because I think he could be a really good player for a year or two. Lewis Ferguson's a really good player, just a little bit expensive. And then we get a scout meeting. Zane Walker. Darnell Johnson, he is a Leicester youth player. Yeah. I do know Darnell Johnson, a former Leicester youth player, has potential, is listed and pretty cheap. Jamaican international. He's basically Wes Morgan. He's a young Wes Morgan. If I was in League One, I think Darnell Johnson would be really good. The potential, he's already 25. Josh Sims on the wing. Josh Sims is a good player, former Southampton youth. Went off to the MLS for a little bit. Sims is a good player. He's good in the right areas. He's just not particularly rounded. Ike Ugbo caused me problems when I was Cheltenham manager, but I don't think he is a championship caliber forward. Also injured. Scout Mamadou. Chef Hendrick, I don't get that one at all. Ben Sheaf is a pretty good player. Is he listed? He is. 650k. That's also a pretty tempting one. Former Arsenal youth. That's a good, solid player right there. He can play pretty much any role we need him to in that 2 centre mid slot. He's not the most athletic of players, but if we played him as kind of a deep line, he wouldn't need to be. So we'll definitely give Ben Sheaf a scout, because he looks pretty good. Gabriel Zappa. Probably wouldn't get a work permit, but we'll have a look. BK Boat, that was the one that was saying. Oh, there we go. We found him. We found him eventually. We've got a youth player here. Diego Alfaro, centre mid. Can't pre-contract him either for some reason. Oh, because it's a loan. It's a loan. That's why he's at Lyon. Has 2 years left. That's fair enough. Very good potential youth player. He looks really good, actually. We'll keep an eye on him. Would he get a work permit? He would. I guess he's in Uruguay's youth teams. Yeah, capped under 23 level. Diego Alfaro actually looks really good. I got his name wrong. It was close. I think you put a W instead of a B. It was close. I'll still give you that one. You were along the right lines. But I'm slightly worried about Sorensen now because I don't think he's going to join us. I think he's going to join Norwich. He only must have been emergency backup. Why does Byers really think he's that bad? If I can get him as an... I find that odd. Byers looks good. Don't get why he seems so down on himself. I don't know. Oh, I'll give him the 9.5. I won't argue him too much. We've got so much in wages at the moment that we can kind of afford to let players do that. I don't get why Byers is kind of so down. Like, emergency backup. I've never seen that before with a player that actually is like squad depth player. That when you get to the contract, they're like emergency backup. I don't know if there's something I'm missing here. It would also only be a 1.5 year, which is good. He's not injured, is he? No. I don't know what is... He's ambitious. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused, actually. I'm a little bit confused as to why Byers is so cheap. Like, potentially I would have done a pre-contract rather than bought him, but for some reason it's not letting me do that. So I might as well just wrap up the signing and make sure we get him. for a player that will be a reasonable backup to Sibley. And then, well, rather than risk it and miss out on him. Because I could potentially find a better attacking mid. And we do have the likes of Kershaw and Stokes coming through. But if we can bring in Byers literally just to do a year and a half and then let him go. We don't need to particularly make any money on him because we're only spending 275,000. You know, if he helps us get promoted, he's made up for that and millions more. So we haven't got to feel like we have to sell him on. Which, I mean, we could always try and do following January, but no, I don't know. That's a weird one. It always makes me a little bit nervous when you get a player like that, where it seems really cheap, everything's really low in money. They'll take a really low contract. You're just like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why are you accepting kind of so little? Especially when he's fairly ambitious. That trait normally means they're a bit more expensive to get, but apparently not. Do find that a little bit of an odd one. And then, yes, Sorensen, I'm slightly concerned we might not get him. Just because he did prefer Norwich over us. So we might be in a little bit of trouble on that front. In which case we will look at either Badawi or Bayliss to try and bring in, who would be a little bit more expensive, but we did just get 1.4 million from additional amounts on the Yaku Mete sale from the summer, and we've just sold Will Volks for $1 million to the MLS. So we've pretty much got 2.4 of free money to spend in January. And we've got about 30-something million already in the bank from sales in the summer. So it's not like we're in a bad place. Hugill leads the league in Championship games won with 18. Very nice. So that means he's played in every game. Also, we've won 18 games? We've only played like 28. That's impressive. Did you have Will Volks? I did have Will Volks. He was already here. He was a backup midfielder. I think he was already 30. And we literally just sold him about a week or two ago to New York City in the MLS for 1 million, potentially rising to about 1.3, I think. Reasonable player. I think he's a good player in real life, especially in real life he's only, 27? So I think he's a very good player, but in amongst this squad, where we have the likes of, especially when we were playing 4-4-2, where we had the likes of Sibley, Bird, Robertson, even Gilby. Gilby's not the best player, but Gilby is almost a slightly younger version of Will Volks. So it was kind of like having two versions of him. So I decided I only needed one version of him. So we moved on from him. Looks like, how do you say that? Yep, Andre Wisdom's going to be moving on to the MLS as well. That is fine. Gareth Barden, what's this? Potentially only Championship player. I did look at him because I'm going through a lot of young players to try and find people like this. So I spent... Yeah, we have. It was surprising, actually, because when I came in at Derby, they'd sort of been finishing 16th to 18th in the league. So I thought I was going to have to do a lot of rebuilding, and then I actually looked at the team, and I realised it's a really good team. And I don't know what previous managers have been doing with it. But I kind of came to the point I was just like, why would I not take this team? But I literally last night, I went through, I don't know how much you can read those. Those are my youth teams, how they're going to look in 24-25. Obviously, the under-18s are dependent on our youth academy. But I do need to fill in some positions for the under-23s, including left back and right back, really. Right back, not so much, actually. The centre mid was another one that we need to fill in. This guy's good, he's just not very determined. Though balanced is okay. I don't think I'd want to be paying that much for him, though. He's alright. So I don't have anything against him. Surprised Declan Rudd got in the team of the week. No, I'm not. We had the Coventry game. Was that in the last time? I'm not sure. Sutton manager wants to sign Alex Matthews. He's got a year left. I'm not going to say anything there, to be honest. If they want to buy him, then maybe. But what I've got here is I've literally got the potentials written down. So any youth player, I can just look here and go, what's his potential? So Matthews is a 3 to 4 star potential. So I'm not sure how much I'd want to sell him right now, but if they were going to give me like even a little bit of money, I'd probably take it. But we're hoping that we get a pretty good youth intake. It's supposed to be a good youth intake with a good fullback, a good centre mid, and a good striker. And the striker is a local striker as well from the Derby area. This will be a lot of young players scouting. I mean, Stefan Cropper, he's a Manchester United player. What do you expect? I would definitely put him at right back over centre back. Very, very good physicals. Solid player, but he's signed a new contract with United. That's fair enough. So we won't get him. This guy would actually be a really good player right now, apparently. But he's very reliant on physicals. He's a very physical reliant player. I do like him, don't get me wrong. He looks a good player. Julian Edwards at Sheffield United. Centre back, probably. Stamina's very high though. He could be a right back as well, actually. This guy's kind of got good. He's got good variation on him, but he's also got a 5-year contract, so yeah. Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen, £2 million he would cost us. What's his potential? Potential is up there. Gets stuck in, which is fine by me. Aerial presence isn't there. He has requested to leave, though. Yeah, he has actually left. He wants better playing time. That's not going to happen here, mate. You'd be in my second team. But then we've got the likes of people like Jack Ward at Ipswich, where I started just looking at determination. Because his teamwork's really high as well. This is the kind of player that we really could develop. Like, I don't know how much I'd want to spend on him, but he is the kind of player that I would really like to develop. Is he on a full contract? He's on a full contract. Then Frankie Ealing isn't really good enough. Then you get people like Jack Jones as well, so left back we do really need. Only loan listed, they don't want to sell him. His crossing's terrible. But this is where I started looking at determination over anything else. So there's also Aston Villa's Tom Ferry in midfield. He looks like he could potentially be sensational. He could really be a top player in the future. Don't know. Doesn't really have a potential level for him yet. Is only 5'6", so he'd be a very small midfielder, which I tend to like having a presence in midfield. As our under-23s win, Brailsford scores, Julian scores, and hey, Liam Penfold scored. Go on, Liam. I think his stats are starting to go down because he wants to be in the first team. That's my only explanation behind why his stats are starting to go down, or why he feels like he's getting worse. It's because he wants to be in the first team. But the problem is, if I try and put him in the first team, then he's not going to play. Oh. Am I blind? Hey, thank you very much, Andy Candy. Good name. Thank you very much for the follow. Hey, how's it going, Andy? Welcome, everyone. It's good to have a few people in here. Certainly been a much better week streaming. The first few weeks is pretty quiet. Just looking for a streamer who needs to and hope it follows. Hey, I'm not gonna say no. I'm a new streamer too. I'll absolutely check out your stuff as well, mate. Who playing and who you support? So this gets a little bit awkward if you know the Midlands. So shirt I'm wearing is the team I support. I'm a Leicester City fan. Currently managing Derby County. Yeah, that's a rivalry right there. But we're doing really well. We're in the January transfer window, obviously. So we are trying to bring in kind of 2 or 3 names, but it's mostly youngsters. We have given Tyree Wilson a new contract for, I think it's 1 year. You have our former manager, IRL. Liverpool fan, I'm going to guess. It's either Liverpool, Swansea, Watford. Was he Watford manager or was he just a coach? I can't remember. It's something along those lines. But we've given Tyree Wilson another 1 year deal. And then we are bringing in 275,000 George Byers. This is looking good. It looks like Sorensen will be joining us. Swansea fan. Nice. I do like Swansea. I want to see Swansea back in the Premier League. I actually really enjoyed them in the Prem. I'll say I enjoyed Swansea more than I enjoyed Cardiff. So I'll try and get in your good books there. Maybe that's doing this year. How are you doing this year? How's it going? Let me have a look. Table. Oh, third! You've I don't remember you being third. You've gone on a pretty good run there. I didn't realise you were up there. That's really good. Oh yeah, 2 points off Norwich. Although, yeah, and a game in hand, actually. Yeah, you're in a good position to get into the top 2. Norwich have started to really drop off recently. Bournemouth had that terrible run. You've got a nice little gap. You're doing you're in a really good place, actually. We've just beat Norwich last game in the league. Yes, you did, didn't you? Was it 2-0 or something? Oh, I've just realised I need to register George, don't I? That may not have been the smartest signing, actually. Who is registered? Hart's registered, Long's registered, Buchanan's registered, Gilby. Of course, our loan players have to be registered. We might get in a bit of a difficult situation here with registered players. Although we shouldn't really hit the 25. It's Brentford that go, that's their own form. I really like Brentford as well. I like Swansea, I like Brentford. Who else is in there? You see, when it's teams like Norwich, Watford, Bournemouth, I like Bournemouth. But when a team goes down, I don't necessarily want to see them come straight back. I want to see new teams, or I want to see teams that were entertaining in the Premier League. So like Bournemouth were entertaining in the Prem. So I'd like to see them back, even though they've just gone down. But then like Swansea have been entertaining in the Prem. Reading haven't been there for a while. Brentford have never been there. So I'd really like to see them back. For 3 seasons since we were there. It's not been as long as I thought it was then, actually. Because whenever I think of Swansea in the Premier League, I think of Michu, obviously. I think that's what everyone's first thought of Swansea in the Premier League is that Michu season, which was just insane. That one came out of absolutely nowhere. Was that your first season in the league as well, I think, with Michu? Was that the first Premier League season? Offer made for Joel Green from Cardiff Met Uni. He's not terrible. And he's potential. Oh, he's not a left back. No, maybe not actually. I don't like his stats at all. Oh, no under 18s are out. 1-0 to Leeds. That's a shame. Yeah, it's either Michu or Wilfred Bonney. Ashley Williams was pretty good for you, from what I can remember. In your second season. Yes, Michael Laudrup. Do you remember him? That was an opening game of the season, wasn't it? Won the League Cup and the FA. It was the Reading. Trying to think, that Swansea QPR game was like opening game of the Premier League season, wasn't it? And yeah, Swansea won about 5 or 6-0. That League Cup final was weird. The run that Bradford went on there. Liam Delap's one transfer. Did Liam Delap come from Derby? Oh. Well, Liam Delap is Rory Delap's son. I didn't realise Manchester City bought him from Derby. So he could be in for another $500,000 here. So down to Europa League. It's weird because I remember Swansea winning the League Cup, but I also don't remember their time in the Europa League at all. Was it just not a good campaign? Total dominate Valencia in the group stages. I have, weirdly just no memory of that. For some odd reason. I remember, Fulham's time, because obviously they made the final of whatever the tournament was called back then. Was it the UEFA Cup or something? Obviously there was that game with the game with Juventus that they won about 4-0. That was insane. That's got to be one of the strangest results in European history. Fulham just absolutely battering Juventus. That's up there for weirdness. Let's go qualifiers and make group stage. Single and Crescent Island Wednesday on top group. I don't know why. I have absolutely no memory of that then. What year would that have been? 2013 or something? 2012, 2013? Trying to think. Well, was Swansea and Leicester ever in the Premier League together? Oh, it must have been if you've only been down 3 years. Must have been. Third season in Prem. Yeah, it would have been then. Because second season was the Michu League Cup winning season. Yeah, third season would have been that one. Swindle signed a new deal. Cornel, Arthur Roberts, Zulski, Sano gets contract for now. Client has no interest. Good. Yeah, we're just going to flat out reject that, to be honest. I'm not I'm not talking about Louis Sibley. First time I say, oof, Napoli. I always feel like Napoli should do a little bit better than they do. Satisfying included transfer. This deal isn't a risk. It's a cheap one. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. Something will manage. Oh, is this an intro? Oh, I thought this was a regular. I thought this was a regular press conference ahead of the Sunderland game. I slightly, I didn't mean to do this. My bad. Ah, Benitez was Napoli manager. Yes, he was, wasn't he? I'll be responsible with a budget. I didn't mean to do that press conference, to be honest. Slightly my fault there. I think next season. Oh, Michu left for Napoli. Yeah, Napoli must have seen his performance. So I went, oh, go on, then we'll have that. We'll have some of that. He didn't do anything at Napoli though either, did he? So. Wait, if Crystal Palace made another offer, or is that a different player if they come back for Sibley? Because they're not getting him. Unless they offer me an absolutely insane amount of money, I'm not accepting. I'm going to need like 30, 35 million in Newcastle save, see if I can win the Europa League in 4 years. Definitely a challenge, though I will say, I'll show you on here actually. Newcastle, I don't know if they're still doing really well, but after about 7 or 8 games, Newcastle were top of the Premier League. And I did look again a little bit later, and they were 3rd, I believe. Oh, no, okay, that was that previous offer. They were doing really well. They're down to 5th now. So they are sort of slowly going backwards, but midway through the season, they're still up here, 37 points, two off Liverpool and a game in hand. So Newcastle are doing actually really well. Is that the one you're streaming then? Because it's actually, there's not that many kind of low-end news streamers that actually particularly stream this game. I've seen a few, and I've sort of popped in and said hi to a few people and stuff, but I haven't really... Ouch. Yeah, I have... it's horrible when you get into a new save and you're like, right, I'm going to do this, we're going to do this, plan it out, and then you see the schedule and you're just like, why? It's just like, why? I don't want this. We're probably not going to go top. Brighton are in some kind of form right now. Spur potential, a lot of work. Cardiff for 21st. Oof. How was that run through those horrible games? Did you win any of them, I suppose, is the big question. Actually, 4 now, I've been busy with work. I'm homeschooling the kids, so I'm not using... not this week. Sunday, Tuesday, midnight. Lost them all. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a situation where, you know, I don't have a significant other. I don't have any children, so lockdown's kind of just been... lockdown's put me out of part-time work, so here I am, pretty much. That's why I turned to streaming. I've literally only been streaming since the beginning of last month. So I've been doing it roughly about a month now. Really enjoyed it. But I only sort of started posting about it about less than 2 weeks ago, I think. I was sort of just streaming for streaming's sake, that I was going to be playing the game anyway, so I thought, I might as well stream it and see if anybody's interested. And it sort of took a few weeks, but it seems people are interested. And we have managed to confirm the signing of Oliver Sorensen. I don't think it's hard, but it's okay just in a few hours in the night. For no sense, it's okay for me, I'll just chat with people like that. Exactly. That's what I was doing for sort of the first few weeks. There are those people play from the home. There are quite a few, yeah, but I always find that you look... I try not to do this too much, actually. But when you look at a game and you look at kind of... Because it shows you the people that are the most viewed first. You're like, oh, this person's got this many views. This person's got this many. And you're like, that's so many people. You're like, how have they got so many? But then you realise that they're also YouTubers. So they've got their audience from YouTube coming over to Twitch as well, which is obviously perfectly fine. And then you sort of get lower down, and there are a lot of people that are kind of, 3, 4, maybe 7 viewers kind of thing. So you do get a few like that as well. But I will say that socially, I'm really awkward. So I'm trying to kind of get through that to be more sociable and try and join in with some groups and stuff. Because I'm not kind of just doing this. What am I doing? I've been posting on Reddit a few different things. Not so much Football Manager. I've done sort of a couple of Football Manager posts. My Twitter is based around sort of NFL and football, and then my Reddit's mostly NFL, and then I do random TikToks of NFL as well. I think I like to follow small streamers so you can build by helping them. Exactly, yeah. That's what I've been doing with Twitter. So I kind of put out to personal friends of mine, I was like, look, I'm doing streaming, any support would be very greatly appreciated. And it turns out one of them actually runs Twitter accounts for a couple of people who also do Twitch. They do completely different games. They do other Twitch games. But that they actually did, they managed the Twitter. So they sort of helped me set up a Twitter and kind of got me along the lines of, okay, use these hashtags. You can, follow these types of accounts that will promote channels and things like that. So I've been doing that for the past sort of week and a half, 2 weeks, and it has been a huge help. So if you are able to do that, I would massively recommend it because it very much helps getting people in. I suppose sometimes some people just go to Twitter or YouTube. Yeah, I'm also I haven't been active enough on this actually. I got invited to a Football Manager Discord that's got about, I think, 1,000 people in it. Hey, Growler, good to see you. Glad you could pop by and have a look. Because I know it's not good to advertise in there. So the Discord I'm in on Football Manager has a little section for self-promotion. So you can put your channel in there, which I've done. I don't think it's particularly got anyone's attention because I don't think anyone really looks there. But it's there. I need to be a bit more social in that area. And it's not even sort of necessarily to get more viewers or whatever. It's just to be in discussion with people who also play the game. Guess we can try that. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to keep advertising and stuff like that. It's gone really well so far. So I've gone from... If you're not running 442 against the numbers, just as I will be leaving. I was running 442. And I am on Get Stuck In, I think. Not long balls, and I don't have a 6'5" target man. I have got a striker who can win headers though. I was running 4-4-2, and then we started to lose games. So I changed it to a 4-2-3-1, and we started winning again. So the 4-4-2 has gone to the side for now. But anyway, not bad news. Exactly, yeah. I mean, that's the reason I started streaming. I was like, I'm going to be playing Football Manager anyway. I'm in a lockdown, where I can't go anywhere. I'm basically out of work at the moment. So there's no point in me kind of just going, well, I'll just play Football Manager by myself and not do anything with it. So I thought, let's stream. And for the first about 3 weeks, yeah, as I was sort of mentioning, first 3 weeks, I didn't post about this at all. I just streamed, and I literally averaged 0 viewers. I think if you look on the affiliate bit, it shows you the average viewers thing to get to 3. I think I'm on about 0.3. Which, when you look at it, looks terrible. But obviously, I was just streaming for me, really. Obviously, having the way I would perfect world is that I stream the game, and actually, I put it on Growler's Twitter. We followed each other yesterday. Oh, here we go. My client isn't interested. Good. We started following each other yesterday, and Growler put a tweet out. Hey, thanks, man. What was I saying? Growler put a tweet out. I've completely forgotten where I was going. What was your tweet yesterday? Goals. That was it. Yeah. So I've got these saved on my Twitch, and they go back 2 weeks because you can't do any longer than that until you're affiliate, I think, and then they can stay for a month. And then what I've also been doing is I've actually been uploading them to YouTube. So it's the same channel name, and I've been uploading the full streams to YouTube. I did consider editing them down, but at the moment I'm doing this, I'm doing Reddit, I'm doing NFL content there. So I'm also doing an online save with a personal friend of mine. So we sort of take time doing that as well. So I am in a place where it's kind of, I don't think I would have time to edit them to a point where I would be happy. So I've been sort of keeping them a little bit shorter. After YouTube channel, I'm not sure what to do. I've done YouTube before. Badly. I used to do a news channel when I was about 17 years old or something. I used to do a news channel. It didn't do very well. Back to the point of the Growler tweet that he put out. He put out, "What are your goals?" And it actually did make me think, what are my goals? Because I've kind of just been streaming for me, and now I was starting to get sort of 2 or 3 viewers in. I did start to think, well, what are my goals? And I put it in the tweet that I kind of said, well, I'd like to hit affiliate, obviously, and that'd be great. But the main things I'm looking for are to have an active viewership. So I don't want 100 viewers and one, or I don't want 100 viewers and no one talking. I would rather have 3 and that 3 talking is the position I'd rather be in. Although, funny, silly story, in the achievements bit where it says about 5 people talking at the same time, I hit that yesterday only because 6 bots came in with the same message at the same time. So I hit part of an achievement from bots, which I'm ridiculously proud of, obviously. I thought that was probably the funniest bit. Is Keller still... Oh no, Keller's back now, isn't he? You're not ill anymore. So Yes, this is Joe Hart, by the way. He was here anyway. This wasn't me. Oh, he's leaving, isn't he? Good. This was not me that brought in Joe Hart. It was Wayne Rooney that brought in Joe Hart. Sorensen gets to go on the bench. Osborne starts after scoring last time out. I am slightly concerned that... Actually, I never registered Sorensen, did I? Can he go unregistered? That's perfect. 5 people chatting at the same time, 4 out of 5, reach 50 followers, 20 or 50. Is that your channel? That's what that's still pretty good. Like if you're not like particularly active out there advertising your channel, to have had 4 at the same time and 20 or 50 is pretty good. That's darn impressive. That's all I need. Well, I will, if you do start streaming, obviously I stream in the afternoons, just kind of a personal thing for me. It's definitely more about the community followers. Exactly. Like, yeah, obviously I'd like to get my followers up or whatever. You know, you want to see followers as high as possible. As Dionku heads one off the line. But yeah, I want the active viewership over ridiculously high numbers of people doing nothing. So I know I do have a few followers that are people that are like streamers that have got hundreds of followers, but you know that they're probably ones that are just, they'll pop by once, go, hi, hit follow on you, and then kind of, you go, I'll follow you back, but I'm never going to engage with these people, most likely. So it's a bit of a weird situation with those ones. Whereas, so people like this, you come in, well, I was going to corner stream. Sunderland love corners, apparently. The story's headed that one away. Whiteman, I did look at signing. Good tackle, Louis. Bad pass, Louis. What the heck was that? What are we doing? Great ball. Rudd with a great ball. Long ball. Oh, that was terrible. And he's chased after the ball. Why has he done that? I knew this was going to be a really difficult game. And it's proving to be. Dionku's done well there. People stream at different times. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good thing about people streaming at different times as well. Like, you get to view different people at different times. If we could stop giving the ball away, I'd love that. I was going to just put them on the channel to watch for the follow, just so people. I will say my YouTube channel has like 0 views. I've got like 26 streams uploaded on there right now, all Football Manager, and there is basically no views. But I'm not worried about that because I just put them there in case someone comes in, goes, oh, how have you done in the past? I can say, go to YouTube. They're still there. Yeah, thanks very much, Andy. If you do get streaming again, I will come by, definitely, and I'll definitely come by and tune in for one. Or a few, hopefully. I do hope to see you around as well. Because we are really not playing very well right now. We played so well against Southampton. 4-0 winners over Southampton. And now we're playing like this against Sunderland. Barry did get a goal last time. Let's put some faith in Louis Barry that he can grab us a goal here. 1 shot on target. Ball winning, deep lying, defensive mid. Goodness me. I say I record them if you can't see them at the time. Just can see them. Yeah, exactly. I will definitely make sure to take a look at a few things. Sibley's playing what I don't. Go on, Cedric. This is an actual highlight in the background as well, so I'm concerned. Sorensen's going to come on. Are we scoring? Louis Barry! Come on. Tactical genius. Oh, I'm a tactical genius. Come on, Louis. Oliver Sorensen making his debut. We're going defensive. Can we see this out? They've got to go for it now. They have. That's cool. That is absolutely fine. get in. We've held on. Come on. Yeah, we've got a good little group so far. We've got a couple of people who have been by the past few days, which has been really good. Obviously, we've had a couple more people coming in today, which is brilliant. So, things are looking up. I'm having a good time with it. The save going well helps. This is my first save that is going well for a very long time. West Ham beat Brentford. That's a full game advantage right there. And our goal difference is huge. Oh, Crew won a game. Crew beat Cardiff. Wow, Cardiff are in trouble. Hey again, Baller. Good to see you back. How's the Rocket League going? You've probably hit the ball more times than I do. How Swansea near the bottom? I don't know. Swansea and Cardiff are really struggling this year. I nearly got the Swansea job actually at one point. They've been down the bottom for the past 2 seasons and again now. Manager's Kevin Thompson. He is Rangers reserves manager in real life. He's not a great manager. He's a good motivator, but other than that, he's not a great manager. I don't think he'll be lasting too long. Have a look at the manager history. So you had Nigel Pearson at one point. Yeah, Darren Ferguson I know about because he had a go at me. They've already sacked Darren Ferguson. In fact, in 2023, they went through 3 managers. Started with Nigel Pearson, went to Darren Ferguson. There's now Kevin Thompson. But you can live happily in the knowledge that Cardiff are doing worse than you. just live in the knowledge that Cardiff are worse. And they also just lost to Crew, who are way bottom of the league. I would say no less than we deserved. I'm not sure about that. That's not happening because I've already rejected a bid. Sure. He came on. What are you on about? It's up to him. American owners. Ownership's a very weird one because you get so many owners that come in and just actually have no idea what they're doing. And then sometimes it just happens to work, a la Leicester City. Well, we had owners that came in that I don't think they didn't really know anything about football. But they just took to the city and they took to the game so well. And we ended up doing really well. Did that just say that Brentford want Archie Brown? How about no? just no? I don't want to sell any of these players. I especially don't want to sell a left back. Because I think that is our weakest spot for depth. Lee Buchanan is not a good left back. I mean, he's still pretty young, so he does have development time. Did just notice QPR lost 4-1 to Southampton. So, why baller? That's not gone too well, mate. Look, we've got Sorensen his debut, which is good. I can take Itten off the bench and I can put Byers there. Why didn't I do that? I need to put George Byers on the bench for this Norwich game because Sibley is tired. Hopefully I can get the start at least with Sibley. And then we've got the 4th round of the FA Cup against Bournemouth, which is going to be a difficult game. Bournemouth back in the Premier League. Although they aren't doing the best. I think they're about 15th or something, or they were when I checked. I think they were about 15th in the league. I think we should be in a pretty good position to just get through the rest of January now. Now that we've got Byers and Sorensen in, we should be okay to just kind of roll through the rest of January and hopefully avoid transfer offers. So Dean Shaw's going to go on loan to the DCU Academy. Is that Dallas? I don't know where DC United is. Oh no, of course it's Washington DC, you idiot. That's the team that Wayne Rooney played for, isn't it? DC United. So our random Canadian goalkeeper that came from Toronto's academy is now going on loan to the DC United academy. Okay. Seems logical. This is fine. Louis Barry's actually up there in minutes per goal now, which is good. I don't think I'll be able to get Joshua Kimmich. Just part of me is saying that I would not get Kimmich. I would love Joshua Kimmich. I think he's one of the best players in the world in midfield. I highly doubt I would be able to get him. Right, some more fullbacks. Luke Chambers of Liverpool. Hello. 5 months left in his contract. Can't pre-contract him for some reason. I need to be given like a breakdown of how pre-contracts work, because why some of them do and some of them don't, I have no idea. Archie Buck, don't want to sell. That's decent potential right there. Wilcock's not really at the level. This is one of my favourite players. Julio Cesar Jackson. What a name. And he actually looks amazing as well. This guy looks like he could be so good. They don't want to sell him for obvious reasons, but what a stunning little player this lad could be. Just out of interest. Yeah, 29 million. I'm not surprised. That's a really good player right there. Then Gavin, no. And then we get some more scouting. Taiwo Awoniyi wouldn't get a work permit, so we ignore that. Bill Richards. Declan Sharman, interesting. Right winger. Definitely missing in some areas, but there's a potential in others. They don't want to sell him either. Sheffield United look like they've had a really good youth academy. Damalio Threlkeld, that is such a good name and such a confusing player. Where do you want to play? You're not a striker. How has it generated a striker with 16 tackling? He looks sensational. Goodness me, he looks ridiculous. Harry Burgoyne, goalkeeper. He's a very good keeper. Ben Pearson, yeah, very aware of him. A little bit old. Matthias Kyolo was someone I was looking at. I am intrigued by this guy, but he's basically Finlay Robertson, but Norwegian. Rock Scully. Wow. Okay, hello. 6'7". Hold the phone. Okay, this guy looks ridiculous. I never want to play against him. He terrifies me. Percy Tau, everyone's favourite Brighton player. As we very steadily approach the Norwich game, which is going to be harder than it looks. I mean, they are 9th, which already makes it look difficult. And that wasn't English, which already makes it look difficult anyway. So we're definitely going to be in for a tough one here. We can hopefully get the win. I think this stream will probably end with the Bournemouth game, and then I can get through the transfer window. I'm not sure if there's a midweek game. There might be. If there is, I'll probably get that midweek game in as well. If there's not, I won't. There we go. Stream manager being a little bit weird there. But we are good on that front. We are all good. At Norwich, and then kind of let our hair down. 4th round cup game against Bournemouth. One that we can relax a little bit in that one, I think. We got to the 4th round of the League Cup, played Everton, played terribly. So hopefully this time we don't play terribly against Premier League opposition. As if we somehow do happen to get promoted to the Prem, if we play like that every week, we might rival, funnily enough, Derby's terrible point total. In fact, would it be Derby's first time back in the Premier League since that point total? Oh, I've got to try and get Derby back now, haven't I? I've got to try and beat that point total. Not in a bad way. I mean, beat it as in get more points. Oh, goodness. Imagine trying to get less points than Derby did in real life. That'd be such a stupid challenge. That's the dumbest challenge ever. I don't know why you would actively try to do that. Where are we at? 8 more. Okay, none of them are actually reports. Carl Neal doing well still, which is really good to see. Kershaw and Stanton are expected to be loaned out. I'm trying. You are both wanted. Or you're certainly wanted anyway. Finley Robertson returns to his former club, does he? Millwall, West Ham again. Oh, heck. That's going to be a fiery encounter again. Oh. Ignore the nose rub. It's still cold. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Adam Stokes is going on loan to Wrexham, so he gets to go back to... I don't know if Wrexham was where he was born. He's Welsh, so he's going to Wales. As we are closing in on the Norwich game, it should probably be our toughest game. Peter Shand. Ooh, hello. He's an interesting striker. 18 years old. He has my birthday! Oh, yes, Peter. He's got my birthday. Pretty cheap as well. I don't really need a striker, though. I'm tempted. He'd have to be really insane for me to get him, to be honest. The under 23 is still at bottom. It's the main thing. Just stay off the bottom of the table. I'll sort you out next season, don't worry. You'll have people next season. You won't be playing a goalkeeper right back. Maybe. I don't know. Jose Perez has gone to West Ham. Hold up. I don't want to play against Jose Perez. What are you doing? I mean, he's got to be in his 30s by now, but still. Hey. How dare they? How dare they use Jose Perez against me? Do not appreciate that from them. As we get to, roughly getting towards 4 GMT, the sun decides to hit me square in the face again. Does enjoy that. Great angle for me, isn't it? So it's a lovely angle. Look at the state of that. I'm about to go very red. Ignore it. It's fine. There we go. As you can tell, if you are new, the setup is very basic. It's a webcam. It's a laptop. That's why I don't play graphically dependent games. That took a very long time to get to all morning. Oh, no, hang on, why? Why are we signing you? Don't want a recruitment meeting, because we are fine. Keisha Sano going to be in the 23s. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can get behind that, they need some extra players, so might as well. Tyree Wilson's improved to a League 1 talent, which is good. I think he's just going to fall a little bit short for us, unfortunately, Tyree Wilson. He's going to be close. He's just not quite going to be there. Abu Kamara is now a potential Premier League talent. Go on the right back. Well, I'm retraining him as a right back because he was a right mid. As we get some more young, we are not getting Charlie Webster. Yeah, he's going to be too good. He's got 2 years left as well. We're not getting Charlie Webster. We're not getting Polmere. We could get Kevin Hanratty, but again, striker's not a position we really need. Ingmar's not as good as I thought he was. George Lloyd, I just like George Lloyd. And cheap, good player. Wages are pretty high. Don't really need him right now. Harry Maguire. I wouldn't get my hopes up and say we'd be in the 5th round draw. I don't think we will, unfortunately. But it's good that the players we've got here are wanting to stay. We're not having to sell, which is really good. And these games are pushed forwards for teams that are still in the FA Cup, as we are. Burke is still suspended. Byers is going to get a little star next to his name, and he's going to come on the bench. George Byers. Did I put the star next to Sorensen? I did. So Dowda's out. Copenhagen's kind of limited. So Itten will come off the bench. What was the promise? Sell him if we get a bid of 9 million. That is fine. I feel bad for Whittaker, man. His injury just came at the wrong time. And then the formation changed, and it's just left him out in the cold. And I feel bad. Because it wasn't anything he did. It was because he was out. It's because he got injured. And the injuries just kind of left him a bit high and dry. Because I'm not 100% sure what to do with Jordan Hugill. This is going to be a clash of kits. Yellow versus pink. Oh, hello. I don't know why we're wearing the pink one, but okay. We have made a fashion statement on the pitch today. Dionku with one of the fastest yellow cards you'll witness. And Sibley's having a block shot. I don't love that as a start. Maybe we shouldn't be on positive. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We're gonna play positive for the first half. We'll put pressure on Norwich and see how it goes. Can we encourage without them all getting sad? We can. Beautiful. Very, very, very quiet first 28, 29, 30. We've had a couple of shots on target, but nothing obvious. I was going to say Norwich look like they're tiring, but so are we, so... Hey Bryce, good to see you back. Hope things are going well. Who's Martin? Josh Martin. Can't say I know who that is, and that was a very, very boring first half. Cool, cool. We just had an extremely boring first half with Norwich. Bazunu is a good goalkeeper. They only recently got him. I say recently, it was either... Saba's gotten injured. What's he done? It's a bruise thing. Yeah, go on then. Go on, John. Have a go. I thought John got injured then for a moment. I wasn't fuming. Our free kick. Finley Robertson ball in. Back post. Header. Oh, it was John Alexander as well. Oh, it's gone in. That camera angle was really weird. John Alexander has his first goal for the club on loan from West Ham. It must have hit the post. It hit the post, rolled across the goal line and has gone in. John Alexander with a potentially big goal. Now Bird's injured. Come on, Sorensen. Let's see what you can do as a ball winning. I'm hoping Sorensen can kind of cover the different roles, but we've had to make all three changes already. And Saba was one of the ones that got hurt, and he would be covering Osborne. I was about to say Norwich haven't had a shot on target yet, but Ida scares me. Ball back post. Oh, Declan Rudd! Did Rudd save that? No, he didn't. It just hit the post. Ooh, we got away with one there. Norwich are starting to come forward now. They know they need a goal. Osborne's tired. Brown's tired. Robertson tired. The Bournemouth game's going to be stressed now. Look at that. We see it out. A very, very cagey game at Carrow Road. But heck, we're finding ways to win. That's the main thing at the moment. We are just finding ways to win. That's what the good teams do. We go temporarily top. Bird's cut his leg. Saba's bruised his thigh. So they're not too bad. We just got another £500,000. What is this? We're just getting money from absolutely random places. We just gained £1 million from two guys I've never seen. But out of all the people to find the net, John Alexander. What a legend. And a header of all things as well. 5 straight wins now. A lot of very, very close games. The Coventry one, I still have no idea how we actually won that game. We got destroyed and just caught them 3 times in the first half. But it looks like we don't have a midweek game, so we will end on the Bournemouth game. We'll do the Bournemouth game. That'll be the end of the stream, and then I will get through the rest of January and to the first game of February off stream to save a lot of time. Because if I was to do deadline day on stream, it would run very, very slowly. So I'm going to save some time there and kind of work my way in between. I always need to stretch. I swear, what is wrong with me? I have to stretch once a stream. I think it's because I'm sat down for a couple of hours. I end up having to stretch. It's not like a tired stretch, it's just you've been sat in the same position for this long. I need help. Help me, please. But we get to take the pressure off with this Bournemouth game. We may end up resting a few players, which I don't really want to do. I want to give this a good go. But Bird's going to be out anyway, as is Saba. Might be worth giving Alexander a... can Alexander play in this, actually? Should be able to. Yeah, he should be. He should be fine to play in this. We've got... anything interesting? Nope. Nothing interesting on that front. Should Simonians argue be sacked? Oh dear. Brighton versus Brentford, I just noticed. That is big. I don't know who I actually want to win that game. Because if Brighton win it, they go back top. But that means Brentford slip even further behind. But if Brentford win it, we get to stay top. Brentford win, and we get to stay top. Hello. We are top of the Championship again. Oxford beat Southampton, and it gets Oxford out of the bottom 3 for now. And Millwall beat West Ham. What is going on? Is that Lala as in the Toulouse? It is! Strasbourg, not Toulouse. What am I on about? Kenny Lala. Ah. Well, those are some very handy results. We just got another 35,000. We're just getting money out of absolutely nowhere. We have gained money this transfer window. Teams can go on Man United career. It's always good to hear. You always want the best team you can put together. You always want to try and get best youngsters. Is this Football Manager as well, or FIFA? Oh, I sometimes get confused. So many people play Football Manager and FIFA that I'm like, FM. Man United does have an extremely good academy. Like Liverpool have a really good academy in this as well. Man City, obviously, pretty much all the big clubs have really amazing academies. And they're good places to look if you are like a championship team or League One or something like that. They're a good place to look for potential youth players that won't make it at Man United, but will make it in like Championship or League One football. And then potentially you can carry them forward and progress them. And they might make a Premier League standard. They just won't be top standard. How long is Dionku's contract? 2026. That's a very good contract. Dionku has somehow turned out to be like my best signing. I absolutely adore this man. He is so good. I bought him as like a potential backup to the Newcastle lad I've got on loan. And Dionku's turned out to be absolutely spectacular. And that's a Man City youth player. He's real as well. He is a real player. But that's a Man City youth player right there that we've been able to pick up for, I think it was 300,000. You know, absolute pennies. And he's turned into one of our best players. Whew. I read about 3 of those names and went, how have you done that? Donnarumma you can normally get on a free after the first season, I've seen before. Nick Fatty. Greenwood's obviously there normally. Haaland. Mbappe, Sancho for... How? How have you put that team together without absolutely breaking the bank? They're like £100+ million signings, like every single one of them. Yeah, Donnarumma's contract runs out. I knew about Donnarumma. I don't know how you've done the rest of them though. Because the rest of them are like £100+ million players, all of them. I didn't know about Upamecano. Trent. What is that team? Upamecano, Trent. I'd say if I came up against that team, I would just leave. I would be like, no. No. You'd see that team sheet and you'd just walk away. You'd just be like, I'm not dealing with this. That is an incredible team. That's a team that you can keep together for like the next 7-8 years. And you don't need to do anything. You can just have them and merrily make your way to winning everything. And because you're winning everything, they're probably not going to get upset about being there either. That is crazy. Exactly. You can get... Well, that's the thing with signing people that are like 20 to 23, maybe 24. You can get like 3, 4, 5 years out of them. And then you sell them in the prime. 300 million from Mbappe. Oof. That is eye-watering sums. I don't think any team could actually afford that, is the thing. How could any team afford to pay that much money for one player? That is ridiculous. Yes, we did play well against Norwich. It was KG, but we did good. I thought they said Rudd was playing well. Oh, okay, yeah. Scrutiny made me think they were having a go at him. Bournemouth are good, but about my lads. Did we? I wasn't here when that game happened. They're up to 12th now in the Prem. It's best player in the game. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going to be looking at sort of best player in the game. You're going to be looking at Mbappe, Haaland, probably that kind of... Basically, any name you've listed there are the players that are going to be the best in the world. Havertz is definitely better in this game than he's been in real life. Poor Havertz he's had a very tough time at Chelsea so far. He's not had fun. Yeah. Same with Werner as well. Oh, that's a really annoying injury. I suppose at least it's the FA Cup game. It's the Cup game. It's not so bad. I would have liked to have had Brown available for this, because we have got a week until the next game as well. So it's not like we need to absolutely rest everybody or anything. But we're not particularly looking in a position where we can field a massively strong team in this game, which is annoying. Because I would love to field a full-strength team in this match and really give us a good go. But instead, I think it's going to be a few backups. Very unfortunately. Burke's going to play in this game, because he's had 2 games out now. I think Kelleher's going to get the starting goal. O'Connor's probably going to play right back, just because Dionku's been getting tired in the back end of matches recently. So if I can give him a sort of 10-11 day break, he's going to be back to full fitness for February. Bird's obviously injured, so we'll probably turn to Sorensen, actually. I'll give Sorensen his first start for the club. Because I do want to develop him. I want to keep giving him game time. Because I do think he can be a potentially good player in the future. Which centre-back do I drop? Probably Knight. I'll probably give Knight a rest. Then... I might put Hugo back up front, just because he's a little bit more physical. Wing's going to be awkward, because we're low on wingers right now. I think I've literally only got Osborne to play left wing right now. Which is very unfortunate. Archie Brown could have played there, but he's injured too. So we're having to put up with a few injuries right now, which is very unfortunate. Not if you're using some of the players you've got. Imagine my team versus that one you've just put in there. Goodness me. It'd be an absolute nightmare. Oh, we're not on yet. I'm confused then. If you give us like equal squads, then maybe I really don't know. FM can be weird sometimes. Here we go for them. Take them away from me. Very true. We'd probably end up with pretty similar teams. Oh, go on, Dover making the 4th round. What a run from Dover. I do like seeing some teams like that sometimes. When you just see an absolutely random team make a run. We're not going to play cautious. Look at the injuries we've picked up here. Buchanan apparently hasn't been terrible. I think he's not been good either. I might need to give Sibley a rest. I don't know. Since Alexander scored, he's going to get to start this one. Very true. Very true situation. Night rest, so those 2 around. Night for Long. O'Connor for Dionku. Trying to remember my changes right now. Gonna give Hugo a game. That all went on. When did you leave? We beat Norwich 1-0 with a goal from John Alexander of all people, which is the first goal of his career, pretty much, I think. In fact, no, he got 8 for Charlton in a loan spell. Not a loan spell. He got 8 for Charlton. Wow, he was really good in League 2 for Charlton. Yeah, he got his first goal for the club in a 1-0 win over Norwich, which has put us back at the top of the Premier League. Premier League? I wish! Back at the top of the Championship. Wow, where am I going? We've unfortunately suffered a few injuries before this Bournemouth game. So Bird and Saba got injured in the Norwich game. and Brown got injured in training. So this is the team that's going out for this game. I did get George Byers, and we also confirmed the signing of Oliver Sorensen, who's going to make his first start. Unfortunately, we are kind of on backups for this game, which means that Bournemouth are probably going to slap us into the next dimension. But you never know. Bournemouth are currently 12th in the Premier League. They've had a little bit of a run of form. If we don't hopefully win. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how things go. Bournemouth wearing their light blue. Byers and Sorensen start. And Bournemouth straight away on the attack. Well out by Buchanan. Nobody there. Well, exactly. I mean, if I was in an online save and someone built a team like that, I would honestly just leave. I would quit. Oh, Ryan Kent! Not Ryan Kent! No! Oh, no! Oh, goodness me. That was scrappy. Oh, offside? Okay, we survived. We just about survived that. Buemo, Sandro, Sar, Cook, Ken, Kolasinac and Walker Peters is interesting. Lloyd Kelly at centre-back. Sorensen sort of lost the ball, and then Alexander did lose it. Bournemouth look like they are very much trying to press us as hard as they can right now. There's an interesting ball forward, and look at that. What is that for a clearance? Just hold him up. Good tackle, Story. Still such a cheap signing Jordan Story was. Long ball for Hugill. He's on his own. He's just going to have to sort of fire a shot off, really. It wasn't a bad effort. It was okay. At least it was our highlight, is what I'll say. Still don't know how they didn't score. Kelleher just fumbling the ball out to him, and we just threw everything in the way. I think it was Jordan Story that actually blocked it. So he's had a really good start to the game so far. I don't know yet. Yeah, it would be something that would be quite a bit in the future, yeah. If I was to do sort of an online save with viewers, it would be something quite a bit down the line. Kelly, I thought Cook was going to nod that in then. It's not something I'm particularly thinking about doing yet. I'm not completely limited to just playing Football Manager either. So if I'm able to get like a PC or something as well, well, he just appeared at... Is he not offside? Oh, Kelleher with a great save. Goodness me. Okay. They're starting to pile the pressure on now. Sorensen with a good header. I really could do with Sorensen not getting sent off. That's over here. We're surviving. I thought we were doing quite well for a bit, and now maybe less so. But we are surviving. Kent and Sarr are causing problems right now. We're going to get to half-time. I know why they're causing problems. It's because I'm playing the backup fullbacks. Immediate kickoff highlight. These backup fullbacks are definitely not... Well, it might be because I'm just not giving them enough playing time. But also, I really don't think they're quite good enough. What is this run? I don't know what that run was from their midfielder. He is playing Mazzala, to be fair to him, so he is getting around the pitch. We've got a free kick here. Byers swings it in. Oh, we're winning! Jordan Story! That's a huge goal. Players who are just... have never scored are just randomly scoring goals now. Good ball in from George Byers, and Jordan Story rises up with a great header. And that might be a massive goal. I say that. I was about to say Bournemouth highlight, but O'Connor's actually stepped in well there. We're a little bit slow right now, though. If they press us, we might be in trouble. That's a great ball, Sorensen. O'Connor back to Gilby. Ooh, okay. We're starting to get some play going now. Confidence is growing. Although Buchanan yellow card and a Bournemouth free kick in a good spot. Ken could shoot from here. Oh, Kelleher with a great save. Great save from Kelleher. If anyone is Irish and happens to know how to say Kelleher's first name, please do let me know, because I haven't got a clue. There are so many vowels. Oh, not a kick over the top. Well done, Story. Jordan Story's had an amazing game. I'm terrified of Ryan Kent. Go away. Oh, great play by Ken. Great play by Ryan Ken. And Dominic Solanke gets in front of Reece Burke. And an immediate kickoff highlight. I mean, Bournemouth definitely deserve to be winning this game. Like, we shouldn't be in this. We've been dominated. Byers, what a ball! Oh, why did he take so long? Hugill just took way too long to do anything then. I say we've been completely dominated. That's a bit of a lie, really. We haven't been completely dominated. We'll try Louis Barry for a little bit. Osborne is tired. I just don't have another left winger. Though Alexander's tired too, so Covenant's going to come on. Osborne's a bit of a problem at this point. He wants to bring Louis Sibley on the left, which is an interesting proposition. I guess that's what we're going to have to do, I think. We're going to have to do that. Byers is feeling all right so far. Can we try... Oh, I was going to say, can we try and get a winner? Can we try and keep Bournemouth out? Kolasinac ball in. It's offside. And that is Fred. That is Fred, as in Manchester United Fred. Thank goodness it's offside. But we might be going to a replay. Or not. Can we work this forward? Gilby. Sibley in a completely unknown position to him. Don't give... Whoever gives this away. If we give this away, you're sold. Byers. Barry. Copenan. Go on, the youngster. Pull it back. O'Connor. Back post! Oh, no! Oh, Louis Sibley, 95th minute, and he's offside. That is gutting. And that's it. It's going to be a replay down in Bournemouth. Goodness me, both sides nearly won that late on. What a game that was. If the replay's in the next 3 days, I will play it now. If it's not, then I'll wait. Oh, gutted. Absolutely gutted. Our fans will travel in numbers. It was not a late miss. I mean, Dominic Solanke of all people. I'll be disappointed. It's not. It's not going to be in the next week. So that's where we're going to hold this stream. Really good stream. We've had a really good time. We've had a few people coming in, chatting, a couple follows, which has been great. Derby's still running at a pretty good strength right now. When is the replay? The replay is going to be in between the Palace and West Ham game, which is a horrible time because that's two really difficult games, and it's just popped the replay in there. Well, that's where we're going to hold it for today. Thank you very much to everyone that's come by. It's been really good to have people around, and I will be back tomorrow with February. We'll be out of January by then, so the window will be closed, and I will update people if we happen to get any big changes.